Thank you for joining the collective. We have a mat class. All you will need is a Pilates ball. We are going to actually imitate one of the reformer classes that I did earlier today. So, taking the ball, we are going to start with the ball behind the low back. And we're going to start with little crunches here. So place the hands behind the backs of the legs, tuck the pelvis, rounding down, think belly button to spine. Exhale, lifting back up. So we're trying to create a giant C with our spine here. Inhale to lower. Exhale to lift. For more of a challenge, reach those arms out in front of you. Inhale, lower. Exhale, up. Think about literally scooping out the abs to create a giant C. Belly button to spine here. Everything's pulled in tight. Inhale, lower. Exhale, lift. 3, 2. On our next one, we're going to hold it down. Remember, you have the options of the hands here. And we're going to lift an inch, lower an inch. Up, down, up, down. For 4. Use the exhale as you lift. Last one. All the way up. Nice job. I want you to extend one leg out, bring the opposite leg to tabletop, and hug it in here. Rounding back over the ball. Exhale to lift all the way up. Inhale to lower. Exhale to lift. Big exhale to take you all the way up. On your next one, hold it down. Straighten the leg to the ceiling. You're going to walk all the way up your foot and then walk down the leg, lowering over that ball. Taking it up as high as you can go, taking it down as low as you can go. On the reformer, there's a short box series called Climb a Tree. So we're climbing that tree right now. Last one. Take it up. Take it down, bend the knee, exhale all the way up. Switching sides, extend the right leg, bring the opposite leg to tabletop. We're going to lower down, exhale, take it all the way up. Inhale to lower, exhale, bringing it up. Really using that exhale as far up as you can take it. On your next one, hold it down. Reach that leg to the ceiling. We're going to climb the tree to the top and then back down as low as we can go. Climbing to the top, as low as we can go. Nice job. Two more. Inhale to lower. Exhale to lift. Take it down, bend the knee, exhale, come all the way up. Nice job. We're going to turn to face the side, and we're going to be on the left knee. Right leg is going to go out nice and long. Hold the ball at your chest. We're going to go into a side over. Squeeze and lift. Inhale, lower. Exhale, lift. You can stay here using that ball to really help you fire the core. Use that exhale, squeeze the ball, fire the core. Or we're going to take our arms out to the side. We're going to drop down and lift up, making that side bend even bigger. Instead of thinking of taking the ball straight down to the floor, I want you to see how far away you can take that ball. That is going to give you the true side bend. Take that ball away from you and up, down, and up. On your next one, I want you to touch the ground if you can. We're going to lift and lower the top leg 2 times. Find the floor, lift back up. Take it down. 2 lifts, pulling all the way back up. You got this. Lift, lift. Try to keep everything as stable as possible here. Everything is still except for that leg. It's just 2 little lifts. You got this. Last one. Hold it here. Lift and lift. Nice job. Bring that leg in. We're going to come down, laying on our side now, bringing that left forearm to the mat. Extend the top leg long, and it can just rest for now. I want you to reach the ball to the ceiling. Keep the elbow right over the shoulder. Bend the arm down. Press and squeeze the ball to the top. Bend. Press and squeeze that ball. Now let's add the leg. The leg is going to lift straight up, trying to tap the ball. Lower back down. If you cannot tap the ball, totally fine. As you can see, I'd have to try really hard to tap that ball. So I don't know, maybe try a little harder. Tap that ball. I'm kidding. Just work within your body's range of motion. What I want to see is your torso is not moving. So I'm not lifting up. Everything here is stable. The only movement is from my elbow and from my hip socket. On your next one, hold the arm and leg up. Just the leg is going to lower and lift. Down and up. For 4, 3, 2, final one. Nice job. Now we are going to turn to come onto all fours. That leg that was just doing the work is going to get the ball underneath the top of the foot here. Other knee is going to be bent on the floor, palms to the mat, wrists underneath the shoulders. Now keeping the spine long, I want you to roll the ball in, knee to chest, and then send it back out. You might have to adjust your placement on the ball to get a full roll in. Press into the ball as you pull it in and out. So I want active pressure pressing down into that ball. If you would like to make it more challenging, come into a plank, lifting the left knee off the mat, and we're going to roll it in and out, in and out. You got it. Use the exhale as the knee draws in. We have 4. Remember, that knee can be down if you need it to. Last one. Nice job. Take a rest here. All right, we're going to lay down on our stomach in a prone position. That means bellies are down. We're going to take the ball between the heels, finding Pilates V. So that ball is right between our heels. But if we didn't have that ball there, our heels would be connected, toes would be out. Now I want you to rest your forehead on the back side of your palms, keeping the back of the neck nice and long. From here, I want you to lift the thighs off the mat and lower back down. Lifting the thighs, lowering down. Knees are super wide. That's very important to protect the low back here, to keep the knees wide. I want you to think about reaching the kneecaps away from your body to find length in the low back. Now we're going to add on, hold the knees up, reach the legs long so your entire leg is off the mat. Bend it back in, lower down. Lift the thighs, straighten the legs, bend the legs, lower down. Nice. Thighs lift, extend, bend, and down. You got it. 3 more. Think about reaching through the crown of your head, reaching through those toes in opposite direction to create length within the spine. Last one. Nice job. Drop the legs, lift the hips, press the hips back to stretch it out into a child's pose. After we work an extension like that, super important to get a release of the low back. Now we're going to take the ball to the other foot, coming onto all fours again here to pull that ball in under the chest. You might have to adjust the ball placement here and then extend it long. Pulling the ball in, reaching long. Now again, I don't want you rounding throughout the spine. I want a long spine. Exhale, core pulls in nice and tight, but my spine is long, reaching back out. If you want to make it more challenging, we take it into that plank. Pull it in, reach it out. Remember, you're pressing into that ball. Big press. 3, 2, give me one more. Nice job. All the way down to the mat. Roll those wrists out. Here we go. We're going to start on the forearm. We're going to reverse the direction here. So come down to that forearm. Extend the top leg long. Reach the top arm to the ceiling. Press this bottom arm into the mat. Think about getting the shoulder away from the ear. You're going to straighten the arm, squeeze the ball, and bend. So nothing in my body right now is moving except for at my elbow. My elbow stays above the shoulder. Now we're going to add the leg without moving the torso. It's a lift and a lower. What I see a lot of the times is the ribs drop to get to the foot, and then you press back up to lower the leg. Everything is isolated here except for the hip socket. That's where our lift is coming from, and that elbow. You got it. Try to think about the core, keeping the rib cage stable, keeping the hips stable. On the next one, hold it up, just the leg, lower and lift. This poor side cannot get nearly as high as the other side. Last 3. And 1. Nice job. Bend it in. Let's come to that high kneeling position. Left leg is going to extend long. Hold on to that ball. We're going into those side bends, reaching through the crown of our head. We're going to lower and lift. Lower and lift. Really squeeze that ball as you come up. Feel the core contract. If this feels good, let's take the arms out to the side. Big side bend, ball touches the floor and up. Remember, it's not a narrow drop. Reach that arm as far as you can get it and then come back to center. Trying to be stable throughout the hips, really feeling those obliques fire. Reaching over and up. Now we're going to add the 2 lifts. Find the floor, the top leg. 1, 2, back up. Good job. Side bend, hold. 1 and 2. Back to the top. Lifting, lifting. Try to stabilize. Everything is still just here. Up and up. See if you can get it a little higher. Last 2. Last 1. Great job. We're going to finish our last series. We're going to be all the way down on the mat on our backs. So roll yourself all the way down. Now we're going to take the ball between the ankles and then hands behind the head to support the neck. We're going to lower the legs. Exhale, lift the legs. Inhale to lower. Exhale to lift. Everything in the core is still, so only lower your legs as far as your body allows without the low back lifting off the mat. It might just be 2 inches right here, but I can still feel work. If I drop my legs too low, my low back arches off the mat. So my range of motion is just above 45 degree. Now squeeze that ball. Squeeze. Inhale to lower. Exhale to lift. 2 more. Nice job. Lower down. Hug the knees into the chest for a second. Now we're going to go back to that Pilates V shape that we did when we were on our stomach. So if the ball wasn't there, our heels would be touching. Knees and toes are pointed out to the corners, hands behind the head, lift head, neck, shoulders. Extend the legs out, frog it in. Extend the legs out, frog it in. Squeeze, bend in. Now let's add a crunch. Lower the head, crunching, extending. 3 more. Big exhale as you crunch up. Squeeze that ball. Last 1. Nice job. Lower to the mat. We're going to finish with leg circles, and we're going to do a little bit of a balancing act, which is going to cause that core to fire and to stabilize. Feet on the floor, lift the hips, place the ball under the tailbone. So not the low back, but the tailbone. Press the arms into the ground for support. Bring those legs to tabletop to start. If you're comfortable here, straighten the legs up. We're going to finish with leg circles. So open the legs to the side, swoop them down, connect, lift back up. Just like if we were on the reformer doing feet and straps, but everything is still here. If you're comfortable, start to make those circles a little bigger. Inhale to open. Exhale to pull it together and lift. Now let's reverse the direction. The legs are going to lower, open out, swoop to the top. Start small and then gradually make it bigger if you can. Inhale to lower the legs. Exhale as you pull it together to the top. Inhale, lower. Exhale together. Last one. Nice job. Feet find the floor. Lift the hips. Lower the spine to the mat. Close your eyes here. One final inhale through the nose. Exhale through the mouth. Take a moment to appreciate everything that your body did for you today. Rock yourself up. Thank you so much for joining me on The Collective. I will see